The walls are painted, the shelves up, the carpet's down. Oh, this is going to be so good when it's all finished. Hey everyone, so I've just kind of finished the whole new studio space actually. I've literally just filmed my last little bit of work being done and I'm going back to edit the footage when I realised, I forgot to do an opening. Or maybe I did film one and I've deleted it. I don't know, but here we go, right back to the beginning. So it's kind of a mini conversion in my loft space, not like a full renovation or anything, but it's just a more usable storage area, essentially, is how I'm describing it. So as you can see, it doesn't look like much. There's still a lot to do, you know, with the flooring and need to sort the wall out and all that stuff. So that's going to be all sorted. I just put this one table up here for now, which I already had, just to kind of get an idea for space so I can start planning things out, where tables are going to go, where I'm going to display things, have a few shelves on the wall once that's all finished. Obviously get some carpet down once the flooring's finished. And yeah, cover up some of the other family's junk, old suitcases, because I'm not the only one who uses the loft. You know, I'm not the only one who lives in the house, so it's got to be fair. It's not all for me, but I have a fair big chunk of space to work with now. So the boxes from this table and in front of it have gone. I put them up out the way for now. And then this is just the backlog, which is, you know, a temporary problem, but it's good to get some space back. Okay, so I keep forgetting to vlog this whole renovation work in progress, but I asked someone to, well, in fact, I didn't even ask them, but somebody stacked up my Lego rather precariously, leaning against this wall. Look how tall that is. And it's like slanting. Yikes. And the wall isn't finished yet, but I'm leaving notes on it just so the people who are doing it know exactly what I want. Like, I'm not getting like professional tradesmen in or anything. It's just family helping out, but just so they know roughly where things are going to go. So there's going to be like a shelf along here, then big like picture frame with the DailyWeeklyBuilds logo on it is going to go there with another shelf. And then once the wall's all finished and things, I think it'll look quite nicely. But it's good to keep planning things. I mean, I'm not a carpet fitter, but I think I did a decent job with that. Measuring it, cutting it, just need to sort the little bit by hatch out. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I can see why man invented power tools. Ugh. A couple of really big and really heavy boxes have just arrived, but no, there's not Lego in here. Oh yeah, these tabletops are going to be so good. I love the grey colour. And if I'm right, in here should be the legs for them. Is it? Yes, it is. We have table legs, and so many of them. So I kind of keep forgetting to vlog everything, but I went to B&M to get some stuff. So I needed some more plastic boxes to store some Lego in, obviously, so I had to get that. Needed more paint, and this is the colour I'm going for. Oh, it's very heavy. Dulux Warm Pewter, obviously the best brand for paint, right? Yeah, I like that colour, and some of it's already been painted, so it's looking pretty good. And the most exciting thing I bought is a bin, because, you know, Lego packaging has to go somewhere if you can't recycle it, so in the bin it will go. And I plan to reuse my oldest table, and it, you know, the surface is a bit scratched up by now. I think I've had it for like, what, 7 years? So I've got some white plastic wrap just to kind of go over the top. Hopefully that'll work, just to give it, you know, a nice, fresh, clean top again, and saves me buying another one, right? The walls are painted, the shelves up, the carpet's down. Oh, this is going to be so good when it's all finished. So there's still a little bit left to do, but it is very nearly finished. And I actually just can't believe this space. Before it was just like a regular loft with a tiny bit of floorboard by the hatch, and that was it. But there's so much room for stuff. Wow, and even with my Lego tables, which are going to go kind of in this general area, still got the whole other space. I mean, obviously, I'm not the only one who lives in this house, so other people will be using the space as well, which is totally okay. But yeah, that's good. Maybe like get a couple of chairs or like a small sofa thingy. I don't know, something to sit on so you can watch the TV and play some video games on some classic consoles. Even got a PlayStation 1 and Nintendo Wii somewhere, so I had to dig that out. Have a little retro gaming station over there. But yeah, once everything's done, God, it's just so exciting. And big thanks to the family who've, you know, done all this work and have the space and everything. So yeah, I'm very excited to this is so cool. Everything is pretty much done, although we've just discovered a leak. You know, you would right at the end once you've nearly finished everything. Luckily, this area hasn't been completely finished, but yeah, not good. And now time for something really satisfying. If I can get it in one go, nice clean rip. It's quite sticky actually. It's not making a satisfying noise either. So the picture frame and the shelves look pretty good, right? But look at that. You see that? There's a gap there. There isn't a gap there. Somebody didn't do their measurements right, and it wasn't me. Plus, if you want to get really picky about it, this shelf is actually slightly lower than that one, but no one's going to notice in the videos except for me, because I'll know it's there, just like that gap. I just have to let it go. So this IKEA table here, as you can see, a little bit scratched and chipped. I've had it since 2017, and I gave it to my brother, and now I have it back, and I still, it's still usable. It's just cosmetic damage, nothing major, but I picked up some plastic vinyl wrap to hopefully stick on and give it a nice fresh coat. Let's see if I can do that. If it doesn't work, then, it's fine, because I can still use it. Well, the first edge is on, looking pretty smooth, so we're off to a good start. So I've stuck it down, started off really strong in the first half, and then, yeah, there's a lot of air bubbles, but I think given how this already had a bit of a rough, uneven surface with a few kind of cuts and holes in it and, raised bumps, that didn't help when applying this. So this plastic wrap cost me £7.50, and a new top, exactly the same plus delivery, would cost me £19. So obviously it's cheaper to do it this way, but then, it depends if you're happy with this. And if you had like a one that wasn't as badly scuffed as mine, and you could probably get this pretty smooth. Yeah, as you can see there with the light shining on, most of these are air bubbles, and I'm trying to press them out, but it's like a screen protector on your phone, when you're trying to put it on there and you take it off and you re-stick it, and eventually things start to lose stick and it just gets worse. So yeah, I don't think I'll be doing it again, but I'm glad I gave it a try, So yeah, doesn't look too bad from a distance, it's just up close. Obviously, and eventually these air bubbles will probably like pop and make more holes in the table. So yeah, pros and cons. So I just tried to smooth it out again, and now I've ruined it because it's, creased and ripped there. Hooray, what a waste of time. So I've got the two tables up, and after I've built the tables, I had some deliveries. Well, this box is empty because I've already taken things out of that. Lol, 69. But this box I can open up because inside it is just a plastic box which I need to put stuff in. So there's no point in me taking this up there, opening it to bring it back down again, and then put it back up later. And inside this cardboard box we have a really useful box. I mean, no, really, that's what it's called, even though it's upside down. So I needed another one of these boxes because that's what I used to store my Lego base plates and things in. Although, as you can see, I've already got one. It's full. On top is a bunch of base plates, so they need to go in there, basically. And this is the 24.5 litre box, and they can fit two of them side by side, a little bit of a gap, and then you've got some space down here. Not quite wide enough to fit like a 16 by 16, but I'm sure I can fill it with something. So I've got my white base plates for my Winter Village, my grey base plates for Lego City, and then my tan base plates for the Wild West layout. And if all goes well with my table layout, I might be able to make mini versions of all three of them and maybe have them around all the time, or I can do like a really big version of one. I might need to get more base plates if I do a big version of one of them, but I have enough to what I've been working with for now. And if I do plan to do a Lego City, I'll definitely be going the Mills route. I know it might be more parts intensive, but I personally think it's better. So here's one I made like a year, 2 years ago. I don't know, it's the only one, but I have a good template to start with, and I've got plenty of the road plates as well already, so that's all right. But before I take up a bunch of boxes to store underneath the tables, I need to put the tables up there themselves. So I've got all the legs here, and I need to put the tabletops as well. So I've had a close look at my tables, and I've got 5 of them in total, and all of them have the same damage in the same corner. Oh, that's going to bug me. That's not fair. These two tables aren't too badly damaged. Like, the top is fine, it's just they got a couple of scuffed corners, which, I can live with. So I spoke to IKEA with the customer service, and they were incredibly helpful, actually, and I didn't expect them to offer the solution they did. So for the two that had the, slight nicks on the corner, they're going to give me a full refund for both of them, so I get those tables for free. And the 3 that had the damage in the same corners, they're going to send me another 3 tables. Hopefully, well, just the tabletops, but hopefully they don't arrive damaged. So then I still have the 3 that are damaged for do whatever I want with. I could use them at a later date. I don't need them for my current layout space. I mean, there's room up here for them, but it's not in the plans. And obviously, if I do want to use them, I just need to buy more legs. But I didn't expect them to be so helpful. Yeah, I guess if you don't ask, you don't get. So I'm pretty happy, actually, after all. That's all right. So I've got the 2 tables up, and after I've built the tables, I had some delivery. We do love a delivery, don't we? But there's no Lego in here. I know it's a Lego channel, but it'll, you know, make the room look nicer because I got an empty picture frame there. Hopefully one of these is something I can put in that. But this box is a strange shape. I've never seen a triangular prism box before. I guess it's, you know, super strong, right? That can't be crushed, right? That must be it. I was right. Inside that weird shaped box was the little poster print for that frame. So let's put it in there and see how it looks. Ta-da! It's up. It's a green Lego brick in, you know, green because DailyWeeklyBuilds is green, and I just thought the blue background worked nicely with the frame and everything else that's around it. Although, as you can see, I didn't quite center the picture properly because there's just a little bit bigger of a gap on the blue on that side than there is on that side, right? I mean, you know, it's a tiny thing, but I know it's like that. And I think in this box we have some more stuff to decorate the walls, although I think I might have more stuff to go on the walls than I have space for. Like, I know there's loads of space, but I don't want it to look cluttered, you know, and think obviously there's going to be some Lego on the shelves and on the tables, so it might get covered up, or yeah, I'm not sure, but that picture does look nice. Hey guys, quick interruption from me. I just want to thank you all so much for watching and supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot, but obviously projects like this don't come cheap, and yes, this channel is now monetized, but still, it's like pennies at this point. I'm not a millionaire just yet, but maybe one day. So if you want to help support us financially, that'd be great. You can obviously keep watching the videos, because the more videos you watch, the more ads are shown, the more money that we earn, which can be then reinvested in the channel. Or if you want to, you know, be a bit more generous, you can use the super thanks button to donate a bigger chunk of cash, which will again be used for things for this channel. As you can see, this is where the money is going. So with a better space, I can create better content. I can do live streams now, for example, so much more. Have Lego City layout tours and things, because I couldn't do that before really, but now I can. But need that little cash injection. So if you could help out, it would really mean a lot. Again, thank you so much. So these are basically, well, they're called photo tiles by a company called Free Prints here in the UK, where you can get like 1 free per month, and then the rest of them are like £8 each or something. And you get free delivery and all sorts. Check out their app. And it's just the kind of basic stylized versions of our YouTube channels, like their icons, because obviously, if you don't know, I run, or I do have 4 Daily Weekly YouTube channels so we've got Daily Weekly Builds, Daily Weekly Show, Daily Weekly Extra, and Daily Weekly Podcast. On the wall, that's going to look really nice, and it will just give a splash of colour to this grey wall. So I've got 4 in total. I'm thinking like 2 each under each shelf, maybe. That might look pretty cool. But for now, I'll just leave them in the packet and put it on the shelf. You know, I'll get around to decorating it later. So there's still things to be set up. I mean, even that looks alright, really. So next up means I have to move these more boxes of Lego sets inside these plastic tubs. And then behind that is all my parts in these smaller containers. So yeah, I think I'm still going to keep them in the containers, and whether they're going to go below the table or above the table, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, got a lot to move. But I've been kind of putting this off because it's awkward and heavy. I mean, this, in case you haven't noticed, or if I've not said, this is in the loft. It's not a full loft conversion or renovation or anything, so it's basically, it's just a decorated storage area, I would say, just with a bit of carpet and a splash of paint on the walls. That's all it kind of really is. And then my area only takes up half the space, and then the other half is for the rest of the family to use. So I probably won't be showing that off too much, because, you know, that would be for them. And the only access is via ladder, so it's awkward trying to get things up here, but you know, I think it'd be worth it given the space I can use. So I've got to lug up a few more boxes and get everything up here. Probably won't do it all today because it's now the evening, and you know, it's been a long day, but there's plenty more days where I can get around to doing this and then finishing it off, right? Rome wasn't built in a day. So I've enlisted the help of my younger brother, who wanted a £2 payment, eh? What happened to doing things for family? Well, we're getting there, The table is clearing up. There's no more plastic boxes here. And I still need to get around to building and reviewing these funhole sets. Eesh, life's just kind of, you know, been a bit crazy right now. Hooray, the top of the table is cleared. Now I just need to do the stuff that's underneath. Although the trouble is I've just moved things from one place to another. Eesh. So I've got my kind of immediate build backlog on one small table, which is good because I was thinking it's going to take up loads of space, and I know I've still got to have 2 more tables that will be added on when they arrive, but yeah, that's good that it can fit there. I mean, I might move it around later, you know, but for now, it's all together in one place. Now I've brought over all the various mocks and things that I was working on, still in their containers, but, you know, work in progress, right? At least I have the space to do it now. And I even took the time to make sure the stud saying Lego was all facing the same direction. And then we got this end table here with all sorts of stuff, and this is the dumping zone for now. So the next big thing to move would be all my containers with my minifigures and my parts, and then my boxes with my instructions and things in. So that's the last big move, and then everything will be in the new space. So even though I've just cleared all the Lego sets that were on this table, I have now filled it with my parts. As you know, I keep them in these containers. It works for me. Don't think I'll be changing that system anytime soon, even with the new space, but it has given me a rough indication of how it fits. Like, this table is 140 by 60, and the tables I've got up in the new space are 100 by 60. I mean, they're kind of put side by side, so they're a bit longer, but each individual one is 100 by 60, and that's how much roughly the containers take up currently of this space. So that's cool. I could have it all laid out like this. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So today I'm going on an adventure. I'm going to go to Smith's Toy Superstores, which is like half an hour drive away from me, because I'm going to collect a Lego minifigure display case, which I think they came out with it last year, and everyone was going crazy about them. They still are. And I thought about getting one, but I thought, well, I haven't really got anywhere to display it, but now I have some new studio space. I might be able to squeeze it in somewhere, hopefully. So let's go there and see what's there. Plus, of course, there's other Lego there. You know, they might have some good deals. And right next to it is a B&M, which, you know, if you're in the UK, you know what treasures you can find in B&M, including some good deals on Lego. So it might have a cheeky look in there as well. I made it. There's Smith's and there's B&M on a very wet, rainy day. Oh, I just spotted a McDonald's, maybe for lunch. There's just something about plastic organisers that I love looking at. Like, these could be useful for sorting Lego parts in, although you wouldn't want to knock it over because then that would be a nightmare. But like, if this was in a drawer, that could be pretty handy. So I need some photo frames for some Lego like photo prints I've got, but I don't know, because I was looking online and I came across this one because, you know, it's an A4 bit of photo that needs to fit in an A4 frame, but this is not an A4 frame. Well, it is if you use the mount, but then that might be way too big for the space I have, although it would match the vibe of the other frame that's already up, and it's £5.50. But then they've got this 3-pack of just basic A4 size frames, which for £5, so it's cheaper, I get more, and it's smaller, so I guess this was like the obvious choice. And they've also got some Lego. I didn't come here to buy any Lego, but it's always fun to have a look. Some new stuff. Don't see any major discounts though. Nah, nothing worth picking up for me today. I don't know if you can hear the rain, but I can hear it through the roof of the building. It's really coming down out there, so I can't wait to go outside and get absolutely drenched. Out here's the garden centre. Yeah, I don't want to go out there. I might just stay in the store until it's all dry and stop raining. This really is the store where you have to look down every aisle, because here you got garden hoses next to storage boxes. I mean, storage boxes are literally like every aisle, but you got to look down each one to find what you need, and I found what I need. Highly recommend these boxes here, 3 for £10. That's what I use to store most of my built models in. Keeps them safe, and it's easy to store the box. So that's what I've got here to pick up. It's bigger than I expected, and they do the smaller one as well for £17, but 35 is really good. But they've got so much. It starts up here and it goes all the way down, and it's so tall. How is that worth £65? It's the same size box as that one. Hey guys, quick interruption from me. I just want to thank you all so much for watching and supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot, but obviously projects like this don't come cheap, and yes, this channel is now monetized, but still, it's like pennies at this point. I'm not a millionaire just yet, but maybe one day. So if you want to help support us financially, that'd be great. You can obviously keep watching the videos, because the more videos you watch, the more ads are shown, the more money that we earn, which can be then reinvested in the channel. Or if you want to, be a bit more generous, you can use the super thanks button to donate a bigger chunk of cash, which will again be used for things for this channel. And you can see this is where the money is going. So with a better space, I can create better content. I can do live streams now, for example, so much more. Have Lego City layout tours and things, because I couldn't do that before really, but now I can. But need that little cash injection. So if you could help out, it would really mean a lot. Again, thank you so much. So they've got this larger light up piranha plant lamp for 20 quid. Or I could get the Lego one which doesn't light up, which is a smaller, for 55. Ooh. God, £20, that's a really good deal. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, I'm back home now and I'm very glad, because I got absolutely drenched. The rain did not stop. I even thought I'd just hang around the shops until it stopped raining, but it hasn't. And I can't hang around the shop all day, it looks a bit strange. And the stuff I got is wet, so cut back to me once I'm dry and that's dry. And here it is. Now, first things first, you can see it's clearly trying to imitate the Lego 18+ box art with the brick banner that it's got going on here, and the same similar style of text and things, so you know exactly what market they're intending to chase. And well, they've done the job, because I've seen so many people in like various Lego Facebook groups on YouTube who went crazy about this and bought it. And as I said, I nearly got it last year. Now I got it because, in fact, only last night is when I ordered it, and I went to collect it today because I saw someone on a Facebook group who managed to fit over 250 minifigures in there. Now on the box it says you can fit over 80, but they had like every row full with 3 tiers in each thing, so you can really fit a lot in there. And I was thinking, yeah, that could work, because I just keep my minifigures in, plastic containers. They're not really on display, so I think it might be nice to put some of them in here. So let's open it up and check it out. So this is what it looks like out of the box, and it's got protective film on the, well, it's not glass, is it? It's plastic panels for the doors. And then I've got my 3 batteries needed to power the LED light strip that's inside. Yeah, this is a decent size, actually. I mean, the back does look a bit scuffed up, but, this was a brand new one. You're not going to see the back, are you? But you've got the holes to wall mount if you want, or you could just sit it on a table. Let's see if I can peel this off one-handed. Probably not. Oh, kind of. It's not very satisfying, though, when I do it like this. There you go, look at that. It's crystal clear. You can't even tell. Can you, looking through? Oh, there you can. You can see the reflection, but like that, without looking at the edges, it almost just blends. It's so clear. That's nice. So here we go. That's what it looks like. And as you can see, because of the black back of the case and the crystal clear, it's almost like a mirror. So, and then if I turn the lights on down here, nice and bright. It looks more blue on camera than it does in person. In person, the light kind of looks whitish, so that's kind of a weird, strange effect, but that looks good, doesn't it? You can imagine all your minifigures in there, and it's pretty deep. So yeah, I can understand how they managed to fit so many in. And the doors close up pretty tight, so I imagine this is going to be quite good at keeping dust out as well, at least the bare minimum. And then they just slide open. And then inside, of course, you have the off-brand plates here. And you can also remove these plates here. So if you want to swap them out for pure, real Lego, which is something I'll probably do, let's be honest, then I can do that. And it can just slide right in. And it also helps to put minifigures in and out, and to slide out the little trays. So that's really cool. The only minifigures I have on hand at the moment are my Bad Batch minifigures, just because I've just filmed a video on that. So that kind of gives you a clue as to when I'm filming this one. But once I've finished decorating my new Lego studio room, I'm currently laying on the floor, I'll fill this up with more minifigures and put it proudly on display, so I'm sure you'll see this again. But yeah, I quite like this. I'm looking forward to using it. But if you don't want to use the LED lights, having them turned off, it still looks pretty nice. I mean, I've only got 2 shelves up at the moment, and I'm probably going to end up putting up another one or something somewhere. But, and I do want to put Lego on there, but maybe some other little trinkets and knickknacks. Like this one could be pretty cool, but I do like having it in my room. But of course, I have to take this one, which was a birthday present from Jake a couple of years ago. And this is a still image from a video that's never actually been released. I think this was the first one, or one of the first ones we actually filmed together, back in 2021. And yeah, I've got the footage. I don't know what happened. I think it was, at the time, I was still kind of new to editing big videos by myself, and I never got around to it. So maybe I will one day. But yeah, that's a little behind the scenes treat for you from something that you've never seen before, apart from when I showed this picture off before. But yeah, I think that can go nicely on the shelf. And I do have this one with some Lego characters in from Daily Weekly. Again, another little throwback from some other people who helped the channel, well, not Daily Weekly Builds, but they helped with Daily Weekly Show back in 2021. So yeah, nice little throwback. But I think that one can stay nicely on this shelf. Otherwise, I'll have a big empty gap. But yeah, this one is coming with me. And I don't think I've shown this off before. I've made it quite recently, just to represent the four colours of my different YouTube channels. Obviously, you got Daily Weekly Show, Daily Weekly Podcast, Daily Weekly Extra, and Daily Weekly Builds. Yeah, just a little frame plaque thingy, so that could be nice on the shelf. I've just placed the picture one there, and then the little plaque. Obviously, these other wall signs are going to go on the wall, but for now I've just left them there. And I found something else, which was a birthday present I got many years ago, back in 2021 from a friend. Yeah, pretty cool. I can stick that on the wall. Yeah, I think that needs to go up above there on the picture. I mean, you probably won't see it in camera shot, but at least I'll know it's up there. The trouble is, I'm kind of excited. I'm torn between, well, I keep getting distracting myself between actually moving things up here and then also finding little things to put, like, oh, that can go nicely over there, or oh, I need to put that up, when really I need to just move all the boring stuff out the way first before I keep decorating things. But yeah, I quite like how it's all coming together. I'm pretty happy. Whilst I was moving other things, I found these, some neon lights. I mean, that's what they're called, but you know, it's not like real neon, it's just LED lights. And these are letters, TDW, for the Daily Weekly, obviously, which my dad got me these a couple of years ago for Christmas. And I was going to put them up in the old studio location, I just never got around to it. But now, ta-da, space, that can go there. Although I think I'll do it tomorrow because I need to probably like screw or nail these into the wall. I don't think a drawing pin's going to hold it up. And then I've also got one that says on air, so that could be pretty fancy. Let's test these up and see what they look like. I mean, all the lights are on in the room, but it's still fairly bright. So if I was filming, I wouldn't have the big light on. I'd have my studio lights set up, so it'd be a little bit darker in here, but that's still pretty cool. The wire is clear, handy, so it should blend in, and they're it's also pretty long, and it's USB all battery powered, so that's pretty good. I've turned the lights off, and obviously it wouldn't be this dark when I'm filming, but that looks so cool. And obviously I've got the other letters, so I could do that, TDW, and then the on-air sign is red, so let's plug that in and see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's so cool. I love it. Hey guys, quick interruption from me. I just want to thank you all so much for watching and supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot, but obviously projects like this don't come cheap. And yes, this channel is now monetized, but still, it's like pennies at this point. I'm not a millionaire just yet, but maybe one day. So if you want to help support us financially, that'd be great. You can obviously keep watching the videos, because the more videos you watch, the more ads are shown, the more money that we earn, which can be then reinvested in the channel. Or if you want to, you know, be a bit more generous, you can use the super thanks button to donate a bigger chunk of cash, which will again be used for things for this channel. As you can see, this is where the money is going. So with a better space, I can create better content. I can do live streams now, for example, so much more. Have Lego City layout tours and things, because I couldn't do that before really, but now I can. But need that little cash injection. So if you could help out, it would really mean a lot. And again, thank you so much. So today I'm going to properly place these little plaque sign thingies, because they're not going to go on the shelf as good as they look on the shelf. That's for Lego, and once Lego models are on here, you can't really see them and it might be distracting. So they're going to go under the shelf. I think they look quite nice. And obviously on this table before was all my Lego backlog, which I moved because that wasn't its final place anyway, and I need to rearrange the tables and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, let's get the wall finished and decorated. And I've also got these prints which look really nice in these white frames I bought recently, so that's pretty good. I'm thinking this is how it's going to be. So we're going to have the plaques either side, and then the picture in the middle underneath the shelf, and then that'll be the same for both shelves with the other ones as well. So now I'm carefully measuring it to get it as equal and even and as precise I can get, because I have an eye for these things. I mean, like the gap between the picture frame and how this one's slightly wonky, and yeah, so do the best I can. So I tried using the command picture hang-in strips, followed the instructions exactly how they said, and it just didn't stick. But it did peel off a bit of the paint, so that's fun. I guess I just have to go the old-fashioned way with the hammer and nail. We've got our first picture on the wall, and now we've got a second one. Just need to put up the other little things, and then yeah, that'll be pretty cool. So these stick to the wall with this kind of really strong sticky pad stuff, and I've had some in my other room on the wall for like over 3 years now, so I know they stick, but these walls are a little bit uneven, and that was kind of the trouble using the command strips with the picture frame. So hopefully it works with this. Yeah, I probably should have checked whilst I had the drill in case I needed to put up a few more, you know, screws in the wall, but I'm feeling confident. Well, the first one's up. Let's see how long it stays on there. Hopefully for many more years, but with this uneven surface, I'm a little worried. 2 down, 2 to go. So I know for this one, it's only going to stick with probably 3 corners, because, I mean, these walls, look at it. There's a massive gap behind there. So if I press into that, it's going to be at a weird angle, and if you look at those two, you can just about see how the wall is sloping in all sorts of directions. So 3 should be enough. As long as these 3 stick, should be okay. Ta-da! It's on the wall, and so far they haven't fallen off. So the next thing to go up is these light up signs, which will go underneath that frame and in between, just to kind of fill that space there. So my replacement tabletops have arrived from IKEA, and so far no damage in that corner, no damage in that corner, at least on this top one anyway. But time to check the others. Well, I hope not, because then I'll have to get in touch with customer service again, and then I'll have to, I don't know. Oh, no, that looks okay. Alright, well, at least the first one's fine. Hello, it's me. Hello. The lights are now up and on. Yeah, the wall is looking pretty nice. Obviously, still need to actually put some Lego on the shelves once everything else is finished. But yeah, that looks so cool. So now I've built the other 3 tables, and I'm just going to shuffle them around, put them into how I'm going to have it for now. And then I think I'm going to call it a day. Yeah. It's another day, and I'm once again moving things from here to the new studio space. It's a long process, but it'll be worth it once it's done. You know, it's just got to take your time, move everything up, and then I can relax and finally build some Lego, because I haven't actually built anything in a couple of weeks now. Yeah, all my efforts and focus have gone into making this new studio space, so let's crack on and get it finished. So if you excuse all the mess, I think this is how I'm going to have the tables for now, in like an L shape. Obviously, with the space I have and these tables, I can move it around and rearrange things, and I've already began thinking of alternative layouts. But one thing that's a little bit of a trouble is the floor is not even all the way across. In fact, this side it dips lower, and this side it's higher. So there's kind of the join. As you can see, I've wedged up this table, which starts off fine, and then obviously the floor goes down a bit. So I've used the cardboard, but I'm going to have to swap it out for some like little wood blocks, because obviously once there's some weight on it, that's going to squash it down a bit. And yeah, and then here you can see the drop is so different that the table actually almost fits underneath, so you can see how much that needs to be raised by, quite a lot actually, which I didn't expect. But then, you know, maybe having the table slightly dipped down could be interesting. I don't know, but yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot I filled up my parts sorting tray again, ready to be sorted out once the space is finished. Ugh, such a boring job. So, most of these boxes are stored up with my Lego instructions, and I've gone through these on videos before, but I use these really useful boxes. They're 9 litres, and this is a 4 litre one. Here I've got some of my large plates in there. I keep my Lego train track in another 9 litre box, although I've got more track that fits in this box, so I might have to take that out. Obviously got my minifigure parts in another one, my random tray of mess that I need to sort out. Another one, 4 litres, which has got some, well, it's also mess, some miscellaneous pieces that don't fit anywhere else, and some little things with some projects I'm working on. A lot of train stuff's in there. But I also have a whole bunch of other instructions and things that need to go in a box, and I don't have any space. I'm thinking, right, I need to find a new home for the train track, put the other instructions in here, so then I'll have 4 9-litre boxes full of instructions. I mean, I don't know why I still... Some of them I've had for over 15 years, probably. I don't know why I still have them. So I might eventually have to get rid of them, because I can't keep filling up boxes with them. They're heavy, they take up space, and I practically never look at them again once I built the set. So yeah, I don't really know why I still keep them. And then, of course, I still need to move up all my actual parts collection and these other miscellaneous things here up there as well. So I've currently got the bins underneath this table here, but I think I'm going to put all the parts containers on top, and then the larger boxes underneath here, and I'll put the bins somewhere else. So I put all the boxes with instructions and parts and things into their new home, although, you know, things might change. I might move it around later on, because now that I think about it, I want to use the white desk as my kind of desk in the middle to sit at and film, with the rest of it in the background. And I do have the other grey desk, so I probably should have swapped it out to begin with, but I'll worry about that later. And then as for my minifigures, I recently bought this minifigure display case, so I plan to extract some of the cool ones and pop them in there. Not really going to put the Lego City minifigures in there, because that would just be, you know, kind of pointless to me. But my, like, Marvel, DC, Star Wars ones, they can go in there, and I think that'll look pretty cool. Okay, so now I've once again cleared this table, only to get ready to probably fill it up with more stuff to move. It's like a temporary transfer space. So my parts collection is in the new space, my minifigures are in the new space, my build backlog is in the new space. But what about the, well, this is technically also part of the build backlog, but the one that's already up there was my immediate build backlog, like the ones I really wanted to do or I had video ideas for. All these sets are just the other ones I own that need to be built at some point. But now I have more space, so I might be able to actually do that. So I need to move these into the new space as well. And then I got my big sets like the Daily Bugle, which I still can't believe I won for £3 in a competition. Then the Sanctum Sanctorum, which I got for a really good deal. And then the police station. I mean, obviously I get all my Lego for good deals, right? I do shop around and have vouchers and discount codes and things and save up reward points. But it's nice that now I have the chance to actually build some of these bigger sets and display them. So yeah, this is just, it's all so exciting. But it's going to be a bit awkward to try and move all these things to the new space. And now my other sets, apart from my backlog, which is now moved over here, I brought up all my other sets from my less immediate backlog. Like, I'll get around to these eventually, because I never had the space and all that, but now I do, because plenty of table space. And it looks like it takes up so much more space up here than it did in the other area, because here it's under 2 1-meter tables, but, you know, it's like there's gaps here and there's gaps there, so it's still the same amount of Lego, it's just spread out a bit more. But I guess it does give me an excuse to kind of fill it up, which I don't really want to do. I don't want to keep buying loads of Lego, you know, because again, eventually I run out of space, and I want to kind of be a bit more selective with what I buy in the future, but I've got enough here to keep me going for a while. Hey guys, quick interruption from me. I just want to thank you all so much for watching and supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot. But obviously, projects like this don't come cheap. And yes, this channel is now monetized, but still, it's like pennies at this point. I'm not a millionaire just yet, but maybe one day. So if you want to help support us financially, that'd be great. You can obviously keep watching the videos, because the more videos you watch, the more ads are shown, the more money that we earn, which can be then reinvested in the channel. Or if you want to, you know, be a bit more generous, you can use the super thanks button to donate a bigger chunk of cash, which will again be used for things for this channel. As you can see, this is where the money is going. So with a better space, I can create better content. I can do live streams now, for example, so much more. Have Lego City layout tours and things, because I couldn't do that before really, but now I can. But need that little cash injection. So if you could help out, it would really mean a lot. And again, thank you so much. Operation Move Things to New Studio Space is nearly finished, which is good, because now I just have the kind of odd jobs to do, like this stack of instructions and sticker sheets and all sorts and stuff that needs to be put into a box and then put under a table and never looked at again. Sounds good to me. And then up here I have my sets from Funhole, which, I mean, they're all just like wrapped in cling film because I didn't have anywhere to put them, or I didn't have a box big enough. It keeps them dust free, and at least I know all the parts are there. So I don't know what I'm going to do, because I like some of them, but like this one up here, the medieval pier in, it just doesn't really fit in with what I have in my collection, but it was a fun build. And then I almost forgot that I had a bunch of models just like, well, they were neatly placed in these drawers when I first started. And I started off with just 2 bottom drawers. But now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these 6 drawers have Lego inside them. Yeah, obviously they need to move to the new space. I can't put the drawers in the new space because it's just not part of the plan. And I need them for, well, where they are. So I need to get some more boxes, probably put them in the boxes for now, and then when I come to making like a Lego City layout, for example, which most of the stuff is Lego City, it's like vehicles and things, they're quite small builds, I could just pop them out and go from there. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff kind of jam-packed in there. Looks a bit messy on the top, but underneath there is some more neatly placed models in there. So I was just sorting out and kind of trying to tidy up this pile of instructions, and I found this Lego bag of parts. Now, it isn't from a set, it's got other bits in it. It's from a Bricklink haul, but I have no idea what this was for. Yeah, I really don't remember. I'll have to look back at my orders and see what it is. So I need to look through this quite carefully because there are some sticker sheets in there and I don't want them to start to peeling or get ripped or bent or anything. Look, I found another bag of parts buried in here. So when it comes to sorting my instructions, initially I kept all the set's instructions together. So for example, well, this set has multiple instruction booklets, so bam, I'm going to put them all together in the same box so I know where they are. Then it got to the point where I had so many and so many different sizes, I started to organise my instruction booklets by the size of the booklet, which obviously doesn't make any sense if you're trying to build a set and you got, you know, instruction booklets 5 and 2 that are this size, and then you've got another one that's this size, they're in different boxes. But in terms of organising the actual things, like fitting them into a space, this way just makes so much more sense to me and I can fit more in. But again, you know, I never look at the instructions after I've built the set anyway, so I don't really know why I still keep them. Yeah, I should probably recycle them. And I also found a lot of loose sticker sheets that I either didn't use for the sets or I bought separately on eBay and things to use for other projects, so I need to put them safely inside this plastic wallet with other sticker sheets. So the instructions are now up on the table, ready to be sorted away at another later date. And then I've also got this random pile of wrap and rubbish and stuff that I need to sort out and put away. After another trip to B&M, I got some more of these boxes, really useful boxes, 9 litre, which is what I used to store my instructions in. Obviously I had that big pile of instructions all pretty much filled up one box. I've got another nice empty box for when I build more Lego. I've got space for more instructions, yay! And the next thing I need to put up in my new studio space are these funhole sets. Yes, they're not real Lego, but they are compatible, and as I said in all my reviews for these, if you put them side by side, you would not be able to tell the difference. They're that good. And I've obviously been sent all these sets and I've done reviews on all of them, but I've still got the boxes and all the instructions and everything, and I still have the sets built, but I don't know what to do with them. Some of them are pretty cool. Like, I like them all, really, because that's why I've only accepted the review offers of ones that I like. But I feel like I should keep hold on to the boxes. I don't know. So I'm going to put them up there for now, and I'll worry about it later. And something else I did with the sets once I built them was I didn't have anywhere to display them at the time. So I didn't want them to get covered in dust, and I didn't want to take them apart to rebuild them. So I put some plastic wrap cling film over it. Still intact. Dust-free in there. Perfect. Does look like a big cobweb, but you know, that's fine. There's some other smaller boxes there. Because I've recently built the sheriff's office and the flower truck. And this sheriff's office is so good. Okay, so all of my funhole sets are now up here. Nice tall tower stacked up, and then obviously my cling filmed, safely wrapped, preserved sets up and ready to go somewhere else. And then just because I built them recently, obviously I had the shelf space, I thought, oh yeah, there we go, put them on the shelf, and yeah, that'll look good once there are other sets displayed on there, quite nice. And since I have this awkward hole in between the tables here and nothing else down there, I'm thinking, let's put the fun hole in the hole. It's the fun hole. That's what I'm going to call it. So I think the boxes are going to go down there. And I've got a whole lot of rubbish I need to clear out and recycling, and the big cardboard boxes that all the tables came in. But one thing that is pretty cool is that we found some old games consoles that we had in a bag in the loft, and we dug them out, gave them a quick wipe and connected them up, and they all work. Nintendo Wii, Xbox 360, Xbox One. There's 2 PS4s there, but, you know, I have multiple siblings, each with their own game console, etc, etc. Also got a PS3, and we found the PlayStation 1, but the cables for the PlayStation 2. We do have the PlayStation 2, but haven't found that yet. But we also haven't found the cables for the PS1, so yeah. And I tried them, and I think I'm missing a cable or something because I can't use them. But it's you know, yeah. So some retro gaming can happen as well if I'm having a bit of downtime from LEGO. Hey guys, quick interruption from me. I just want to thank you all so much for watching and supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot. But obviously, projects like this don't come cheap. And yes, this channel is now monetized, but still, it's like pennies at this point. I'm not a millionaire just yet, but maybe one day. So if you want to help support us financially, that'd be great. You can obviously keep watching the videos, because the more videos you watch, the more ads are shown, the more money that we earn, which can be then reinvested in the channel. Or if you want to, you know, be a bit more generous, you can use the super thanks button to donate a bigger chunk of cash, which will again be used for things for this channel. As you can see, this is where the money is going. So with a better space, I create better content. I can do live streams now, for example, so much more. I have Lego City layout tours and things, because I couldn't do that before really, but now I can. But need that little cash injection. So if you could help out, it would really mean a lot. And again, thank you so much. So I've cleared the tables off, gave them a quick polish, all clean, although something I had on here has already scratched it. Although, can you see it on the video? Where is it? Here. Oh yeah, you can kind of see the outline. Nothing major, I guess. It's just, you know, unfortunate. Yeah, it doesn't show up too well on camera, but I can see it. I know it's there. But yeah, now I just need to square them up, level them up. Trouble is, the floor is a little bit bouncy with the carpet, so I mean, I might move around slightly, although once they've got things on it and the weight of it, it should keep it in place mostly, so that's all right. So I was leveling out the tables, all going good over this section. Started off over here, yep, perfect, near enough, great. Then here, because the wall isn't exactly straight, it kind of, you know, it's an old brick wall, so it's all over the place. I couldn't put this table flush against the wall and line it up perfectly. There was going to be a crack down the middle, so I was like, oh, okay, fine. What if I just pull it forward a little bit and then, oh, hold on, I can line them up, all the tables against each other rather than against the wall. And then think, oh, maybe I could just run like an LED light strip down the edge of the table, so from a distance that could give it a nice glow. Yeah, just another way to spend some money though, isn't it, really? And I'm going to need to get like some wooden blocks for this table to sit on, because yeah, as I mentioned before, even with the legs extended all the way, it's still going to be significantly lower than all the other tables, just because the floor dips weird over here. So apart from potentially getting some LED lights to go along the edge of the tables and light up over there, which is, you know, a maybe, I'm not fully decided on it yet, but otherwise everything is finished. I can start doing things. Hooray, finally, all the work is done, which I'm very glad about. So I'm thinking, you know, nice L shape. At some point, maybe over the summer, I think I might make a Lego City on this space here, because it goes further back. But then I could also have like little diorama displays on here. For example, like I think this might be like a mainstay. I don't know, at the moment it's kind of my working area to build some of my backlog sets. But yeah, I'm thinking Lego City over here. There may be like Wild West layout, like a little mini one on these tables here. Or when it comes to Christmas time, Winter Village, I could have that on here. Because I've got less things for those, but I've got a lot of Lego City sets, which I've, you know, not really been able to have a layout, so now I have that chance. I think that's what I'll be doing over there. I've got the white table, which I'll be using as like my filming table, so if I need to sit down, you know, like a talking head style, I'll sit at this one, maybe thinking putting it at an angle, so if I'm doing stuff, I don't know, maybe even live streaming, you can still see the displays and everything in the background. I think that could be pretty cool. So if I'm like sitting and you can see stuff out there once that looks all good, very nice. And then of course over here I've got all my parts and my current parts organization system, which works for me. I know where pretty much everything is. And then down here we've got some instructions and some larger parts and things nicely organized. And then underneath the tables over here we've got some more of my backlog with a few sets just over here. And then in those boxes are some sets that I've got that I think, you know, I might move on at some point. I wouldn't call myself a Lego investor, but there's some sets in there that I might keep for a rainy day, you know. And then if I do keep them for a rainy day, move them on, I need some boxes to sell them off in. So I've got some empty cardboard boxes here which I can use as packaging. Great. And then lastly, you know, the boring stuff. Rubbish bin, recycling bin, dust, air purifier thing. Keep the place nice and clean. So yeah, pretty happy with how everything's turned out, and I still can't believe I have this space now. Yeah, so I can't wait to get on and use it. Thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos on this channel, or on one of my other channels as well. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends.